Hello everyone, I am Professor S.R. Patil, Department of Information Science and Engineering, BLDACET, Vijayapura. In today's lecture, I am going to teach you parameter passing mechanism in C programming. The mechanism or the process used to send the inputs or values from calling function main to user defined function to do specific task is called parameter passing mechanism. So here we can see what is uh, the introduction part about the parameter passing mechanism. As I told you, parameter passing mechanism is the what? It is the process used to send the inputs or values from calling function main to user defined function to do specific task is called it as what? Parameter passing mechanism. Okay. C programmers makes the use of following two methods to pass the values from actual parameters to formal parameters. Remember, there are two main parameter passing mechanisms are there. One is call by value, another one is call by reference, or we can also call it as a call by address. So these two plays very important role in C programming. So here we'll see one by one what is call by value and what is call by reference. Okay, so first we'll see call by value. In this method, the values are copied from actual parameters to formal parameter. Okay, pay attention. So what happens here? The values are copied from actual parameter to formal parameters. You know what do you mean by actual parameter and formal parameter. So what are the actual parameters? Actual parameters are the parameters passed during the function call in the main function are called actual parameters. Okay, so what do you mean by formal parameter? Formal parameters are those the parameters used in the function header of function definition are called formal parameters. Okay, so here we are going to pass the or copy the actual parameter to formal parameters, and changes made to formal parameters will not affect the actual parameter. Okay, just remember this is a very important thing. So here whatever the changes which you are going to make to the formal parameters, that will not affect the actual parameter. Okay, so this method returns only one value back to called function. So this call by value function is one of the most commonly used parameter passing mechanism. So we'll see one example for call by value method. So here we have the header file, we have the function prototype, that is y test int x comma int y. So here test is a function name. Okay, so int x comma int y is what? It is a parameter which we are passing to the this particular function test. So here void means it doesn't return any value. Okay, this is function prototype. So execution of the program always start from the main function. So here we have mentioned the value of x in the program itself. X value is 7 and y value is 3. Okay, so this is clear screen. Okay, so before calling function, what is the value of actual parameter? Okay, we are not calling the function yet. Okay, what is the value of actual parameter? So actual parameter value which I am going to display using this printf statement. So value of x will be 7 and value of y will be 3. Okay, just look at this output. Before calling function, actual parameters are x is equal to 7, y is equal to 3. Okay, next. Here we have the test function. Okay, I am calling the function here. Okay, this is very important. Test x comma y. So what are these x comma y here? Remember, test is a function call which I have defined within the main function. Okay, I am passing the two parameter x and y. Here x and y are actual parameters. Okay, so when I call this particular function, it will not execute this printf statement. The control will go to the test function. So there is this is a continuation of the previous program. So here we have the test function. So test function has the two parameters, int x comma int y. Okay, so here pay attention, x and y are what? Formal parameters. Okay, so this is a function definition. So the whatever the argument or a parameter which I'm going to pass to this particular function, so this argument or a parameter will be what? Formal parameter. Okay, so inside this function I am going to perform the increment operation. So x will be incremented by 1 and y will be incremented by 1. So the value of x, it was 7, now it will become 8. The value of y, it was 3, now it will become 4, isn't it? So inside function, what is the value of formal parameters? So I am going to print the value. Just look at the output. Inside the function formal parameters, so x is incremented by 1, that is 8, y is incremented by the 1, that is 4. Before it was 3, now it is 4. Okay, now control will come back to here. After this test function, okay, we have gone through, we have executed the inside the function what is the value of formal parameter. So now after calling function, what are the actual parameters? The actual parameters value I am supposed to display. So listen, actual after calling function, actual parameter value will be x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Okay, so by looking at this program, what you got to know, we have seen that here changes made to formal parameters will not affect the actual parameter. Okay, so what are the changes we have made? Inside the function we have incremented the value of x and y. Okay, so this will not affect the value of actual parameter. How I can say that? The value of x is equal the value of actual parameter after calling the function, that is remains same, x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3, as we have before calling the function, x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Understood? So this is an example for call by value method. Okay, next. The second method, important parameter passing mechanism, that is call by reference. So one more concept, that is pointer. So what do you mean by pointer? Pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. So this particular concept which we are going to make use in the call by reference. So how we can use this pointer concept? The call by reference method makes use of the pointers to pass the addresses, or we can say references, of actual parameters to user defined function instead of values. Okay, I'll repeat once again. These pointers, what it does, to pass the address of actual parameters to user defined function instead of values. We are not going to pass values, we are going to pass what? Actual parameter to the user defined function. Okay, in this method, changes made to formal parameters will affect the actual parameter. Okay, remember, in the call by reference, what happens? Whatever the changes which are going to make to the formal parameter, that will affect the actual parameters. We'll see the example. This method is having the capability to return multiple values back to called function, whereas pass by value return only one value. Okay, so we'll have one example on this. Example for call by reference, or with call by reference, the what we are going to write the function or a program, swap the two values. Okay, so we are going to swap the two values here. This is a header file. Okay, what is the name of the function? Name of the function is swap. Okay, so why it means it doesn't return any value. Okay, so it has the parameter or argument int pointer x comma int pointer y. Okay, or you can say star x or star y. Okay, this is how we can denote the pointer. So we can see the pointer concept later in detail. As of now, I have told you the definition of the pointer, that is pointer is a variable which stores the address of the another variable. Okay, so this is a function prototype and execution of the program which starts from the main function. The same like variable x and y have taken here. I have defined and initialized the variable x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Okay, next. Before swap, or before calling the function, what is the value of x and y? The x and y value remains same because so I'm not going to perform any of the operation, that is x is equal to 7, y is equal to 3. So we'll just check the before swap. Before swap, the output x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Okay, next. Here I'm calling the function. What is the name of the function? Swap. So I have passed the two parameter. Remember here ampersand x and ampersand y. Why? Because here I use the concept called as a pointer. As I told you, pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Okay, so I have taken the address of x comma address of y. Okay, so when I call this particular function swap, the control will go to the swap function instead of executing these two statements. Okay, so this is a continuation part of the previous program. So that is void swap. Here I have written the function definition. Okay, so I am passing the two parameter, that is int star x, int star y. Okay, these are the two parameter or argument which I am passing to the function swap. What I'm going to do inside the swap function, swap is nothing but what? Okay, so I for to do that swapping operation, I need to have a temporary variable, that is temp. Okay, so here star x, this I am going to copy to the temporary variable. Okay, now temporary variable contain what? Star x. Okay, so here I am assigning the star y value to the star x. Okay, so this is the assignment operator. Okay, then finally temp will be assigned to the star y. What initially temp contains? Star x. Okay, star x will be assigned to the star y. Okay, this is very simple. Just look at this output. Initially x value was 7 and y value was 3. Okay, I'm swapping this. When I swap the operation, x value become 3 and y value become 7. So that is after swap, I'm going to get the output x value is equal to 3 and y value is equal to 7. Understood? Okay, I have gone through what is call by value and what is call by reference. So we'll see the difference between call by value and call by reference method. Okay, so here we have the two columns. One is call by value and call by reference. In the call by value, the first difference, in this method, the value will be passed from a actual to formal parameters. Okay, so we have understood this with the help of the program. Okay, how we can pass the value from actual to the formal parameter. With call by reference, in this method, the addresses of actual parameters will be passed to a formal parameter. Why I have taken the addresses means I am going to use the pointer concept. Okay, so that is why in this method, addresses of the actual parameter will be copied to what? Formal parameter. Okay, the second difference is the change made to formal parameters will not affect the actual parameter. Okay, you know how this works. Okay, the changes made to formal parameters will affect the actual parameters. Okay, here the third difference is that capable to return only one value back to called function. It means that it returns only one value. But here capable to return multiple values back to called function. The fourth difference is program execution is slower in comparison with call by reference. Here, the program execution is faster in comparison with the call by value. Here, pointer knowledge is not required. Okay, we have not used as a pointer variable as an argument, but here pointer knowledge is required because I'm talking about the address of actual parameters. That is why pointer knowledge is required. So this is a simple example for the call by value. Here int, it returns a value. Sum is a function name. I'm passing the two parameter or argument int x comma int y. So this is a summation of the two numbers. Return x plus y. So it returns the summation of the two numbers. This is a simple example for the call by value. So similarly, this is an example for the swapping operation. So swap is a function here. Okay, void means it doesn't return any value. But here we have the two arguments int pointer x comma int pointer y. It means that pointer x, it is the address of x, address of y. Okay, So this I have explained. Okay, temp is a temporary variable I have taken. Address of x will be stored in a temp. Okay, so address of y will be assigned to the address of x. Finally, address of x will be assigned to the address of y. So that is how we are going to perform the swapping operation. Okay, so in this particular concept, the important questions are: discuss parameter passing mechanism with programming example to each, that is call by value and call by reference. This is very important topic. You can expect one question on this for sure. Write difference between call by value and call by reference. We have seen the differences. Okay, with this quote I would like to conclude today's lecture. If you try and lose, then it is not your fault. What is that? If you try and lose, then it is not your fault. But if you don't try and lose, then it's all your fault, which is said by Orson Scott Card. So thank you so much for patience listening. Thank you one and all.